Hello? Hey, babe. No, I'm on a break. I can talk.
باشا.
Groceries? Okay. Tell me.
يبيه.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
أستاذ.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
ريس.
ما كفاية بقى. No, not you. Hello?
تشرب حاجة؟
Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna talk some more about name calling. If you're new here, you might want to check out part 1 before this, or after, it won't really matter. And let's get to it. The most common way to say Mr. is Basha. You will hear it everywhere you go. It can also have extras with it for extra respect. You could say سعادة الباشا, which literally means happiness of the Mr. If you translate it, I know that doesn't make sense, but it doesn't translate. It's just a term that everyone agreed to. This is mostly used to address employers or officers or like people generally kind of higher than you in rank or whatever. Another way to address these people is معالي الباشا, which is sort of like your highness but isn't as royal. Obviously we don't do that. You can also put names before Basha. Pay attention to this because in English you put names after sir, not before it. Sir is أستاذ. You can use that word with your teachers and with strangers. You can put names with it as well, but it comes after it, not before it. Like Basha, for example, if you're talking to a guy named Yusuf, which is Arabic for Joseph, you would call him Yusuf Basha or Ustaz Yusuf. And if you are a student in school, you could call your teacher Mr. as it is in English, if you want to be classy. Language schools use Mr. and Miss for their teachers, not the Arabic versions of that words. Another way to say sir is Bey, but this one is preferably used with a name before it, like Yusuf Bey, because when you use it alone it comes across like somewhat aggressive or sarcastic. Parents use that a lot with their kids, which makes sense. Yet another way to say sir is Sayyid, but this one comes before titles mostly. For example, a minister would be referred to as Sayyid, الوزير. Wazir means minister, if you haven't guessed, and is just the. Sayyid is also a name. Some people are called that. Now imagine you are sitting on a bus and you want to talk to the driver, but you are a gentleman or a gentlewoman. You're not gonna call him Yasta or any of the stuff from part 1, but you don't want to sir him either because you don't. You could say Rais, which is another term for boss. It originates from Rais, which is leader or president. You could also address him as Nazir. It means headmaster, but you can use it here as well, kind of like Mudir from part 1 if you remember. Another term that exists but you probably should not use a lot, or you could use it casually like with friends and stuff, is Yakbeer. It means big. It is used in the South as a title for like the head of a household or a region. Some parts of the South are still tribal in a way, and the head of each is called kabeer, or if you want to do it with the accent, kabeer. Southern Egyptian sounds very different from Northern, which I speak and teach you here, so keep that in mind. Now, how about an old man? Well, you could call him any of the words I just taught you for sir, but there is a word that is specifically used for elderly people, men, which is hag. The term itself originates from religion. It means someone who has been to Mecca. However, it has been stripped of its religious meaning and integrated into slang. As we progress, you will see this happening a lot. Egyptian culture has a lot of origins in religion and history. Another way to address old people is Yaba, which is kind of like a contraction for Ya Baba, which is dad. So you can use it with your father, obviously, and you can also use it casually between your friends. It's not exclusive to fathers or elderly people. Now, if you're a young person and you want to address a guy who is older than you but not old in general, you could use Abeh, not to be confused with just Bey from earlier. This one is not very common and I personally don't like it, but that's just me. That's all for today. I think I covered most of what you need to know or might come across. Keep in mind that this shit changes as time passes. 10 years ago our language sounded a lot different. You may have noticed that everything I have taught you so far is masculine. That is because the ladies have different words to talk to them. I will cover those in the next video. I hope you found this useful or entertaining at least. If you did, drop a like and subscribe if you want more, and that's it. See ya.